The only way out for me at that time was to first make those great songs, thinking that, okay, if I get a thriller, then the music should be like Hamras. If I get a very commercial, fun entertainer, then the music should be like Dulhan Hum Le Jayenge, which was there in Mr. David Dhawan's film. Or if I get a very heartbreaking love story, then I'll do music like Tere Naam. And then if something has to, connect with the youth in terms of in the clubs and the party circuit, then it should be Ashik Banaya or Hookah Bar or all those songs. So what I used to do was first make the songs according to the situation, because our film industry, if you see, doesn't have many very different situations. The songs are having, those songs connect which have universal appeal. And so the zone was limited in terms of 5 or 6 kinds of, like thrillers, like entertainers, deep romance, and patriotic songs. So I made my music in such a way that it would fit any kind of a film according to the director's vision. Then I called each one of them. But it was still difficult for them to believe in me. Then my father had signed Mr. Salman Bhai. So that film called Yuva was being made at that time. That film didn't take off. I became a serial producer in films, in serials, and made about 7, 8 very grand serials. And then those songs which were composed for Yuva were used by Salman Bhai in his film, and he gave me this magical break. And the first song became a huge success, and then my journey started. So when those songs, eventually I started meeting my producers, my directors, so they used to take up those songs and just fit them into the films. So that was the only strategy I had, because if I would have waited for them to give me a break after giving me a situation, maybe that would have taken a very long time. It can happen, but it takes a very long time. But here I had everything ready. So every day I was just composing 2 songs, 3 songs. So coming back to what really helped me and what I can advise all the newcomers who are facing an issue with how to get a break is that first, keep your stock ready. Usually a composer today might be having maximum 10 songs, 5 songs, 15 songs, and he thinks that all the 15 are going to work, but it's not that way. You have to make a group of 100 or 200 friends of yours, then make them hear, then get rejected, then only keep those songs in your stock which are really approved by everyone, rather than something what only you like. You can do your stuff when you are very, very successful and try it as an experiment and do what you like. But I would like to advise the newcomers who are actually always coming to me on my musical shows, or they're meeting me and they say, how do we get that break? So you need a lot of songs, and then you have to, get a kind of an approval from your friends, from your families, a very balanced, a very true opinion, then take them into your stock of songs, and then they should be at least, every composer should at least have about 500, 600 songs ready. Otherwise, it's going to be difficult. And today, it is even more difficult, because we have, by the grace of God, 5 to 6 lakh singers who are successful, but are eventually looking out for a break. Now, every time just to think that you'll get a break in films is going to be very difficult, because there are about, say, 100 films being made, top of the line films, maximum. And every film has about 3, 4, 5 songs. So 5 lakh singers, 5 to 6 lakh composers. So they have the opportunity today to release their individual music, because all the labels are there to support them, which was not happening about 20, 30 years back. But now the challenge is that those days one song was releasing in about 2, 3 days. Today we have about 60, 70, 80, 90 songs releasing every day. So how do you get the attention? And there comes the magical word, which is great melodies, great songs, great lyrics, great compositions, great production. And the effort has to be towards the content, only the content and only the content, and with a lot of, in terms of volume. It just can't be about 4, 5 songs. And then you have to study the market and also do something which is universally appealing rather than doing sectional music. I understand something which is personal, liking. You know, you might like certain kind of music, but when you want to enter a market and get the commercial success, if you don't desire commercial success, fine, but if you really desire for commercial success, then it's very important to make music which appeals to one and all, which is universally appealing music. And today, it's very easy to get a break, but it's very difficult to sustain. Then it was very difficult to get a break, but if it was easier than today's times to sustain. So today, to get a break is fine, but if you want to sustain, you need to really, really reinvent every day and have a lot of volume of great songs, and then focus on those songs and start releasing your songs, approach the labels. Today getting a break is not difficult, but yes, then it's difficult to connect. So the music, the melody, the lyrics, the content, that's most important. And don't get into this whole, see that, okay, this music is tracking because of a certain reason and all. Don't follow those formulas. Just go by the classic rule of great melodies, because eventually it's the tune, it's the lyrics, it's that song. So that's very important. And if you don't get corrupt there, then I'm sure great, all those views and all those, all the traction is going to follow. It's the songs. And you can imagine a film or a situation in your mind and make those songs. Don't wait for the person to first come and then, because people don't have the time. Everyone is busy in their own world, and that's where the ready compositions and your stock will really help you to achieve your goals in a shorter time. I feel that those world-class stadiums that we have, like Vikram said, the infrastructure, if we can get those great stadiums in our country, then I'm sure it's going to really, the way people are really very excited about the concerts nowadays. Everyone is talking about live concerts, but the sound system, the infrastructure, if everything falls in place, and again, like, this is something which I want to tell every artist, that if you see the artists of the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, or 2000, they have been, the volume has been very, they've done a very, they've done about 500 songs, 1000 songs in their career. The new artists somewhere are becoming very exclusive, and they're just doing about 10 songs or 12 songs in their entire career, 15 songs, 20 songs. So, of course, being exclusive is very important, but somewhere, for the growth of the country, if every good artist is going to do a lot of volume, do something which is appealing universally and less sectional, consciously, and really excite the listener, so the consumption will also go up. If that is the attitude, then the great artists that we really have, the new generation, they the only thing which they are lacking is that somewhere they are very satisfied with, say, doing 25-30 songs in their entire life, whereas the legends have done more than 500 songs, 1000 songs, 2000 songs, and they have the potential. But like when a young artist is starting today, he's 17, 18 years, if you speak to him, he is very conscious of the fact that, okay, I'll do about 25 great songs and that's it. And somewhere that is leading to a lot of complacency, because there is a lot of potential. As soon as the volume, the quality of music and the penetration grows, the demand will grow. The demand for concerts is very high. Infrastructure if we get the infrastructure right, then I think India is going to be the biggest market in the music industry.
Thank you. That's great.